Welcome to Dakota Preparedness. The threat of nuclear war in the 1950s, known as the Cold War, sparked a wave of concepts about redesigning cities to survival. One concept was underground living. Fears of nuclear bombs dropping on major population centers led to concepts for underground cities or fortified shelters. These designs envision living spaces, workplaces, and even farms built far below the surface, offering protection from the blast and radiation of a nuclear attack. Another strategy was to move populations away from densely packed cities and encourage a spread towards rural areas. This aimed to reduce the number of casualties in a single attack and made it harder for a nuclear strike to cripple the entire nation. These ideas were often promoted by civil defense organizations and architects who saw a need to prepare for the unthinkable. However, these were also challenges. The cost and feasibility. It would have been incredibly expensive and technically difficult. Second was social disruption. Mass relocations to rural areas would have dramatically altered society and presented challenges for food production and infrastructure in less populated regions. And a psychological impact. Living underground or constantly fearing a nuclear attack could have had a significant negative impact on people's mental well-being. While these plans never came to fruition on a grand scale in the United States, they were implemented under the auspice of continuity of government. The elites, who were the ones who approved the financing of such construction, were indeed the ones to be protected. But the common man was left on their own, at least in the United States. Now, in some places in the world, such as Switzerland and Finland, they have extensive underground bunkers to protect their general population. But in America, we had to resign ourselves to civil defense drills such as duck and cover. Today, we face an even more daunting situation. Not only is there a possibility of nuclear war with Russia, but also China and also Korea, and soon probably Iran. There is also something that was inconceivable in the 1950s, and that's a cyber attack at the vital portions of our infrastructure. Pandemics, we've had a taste of that with COVID-19, but that does not rule out that there could be future ones, and as a matter of fact, we can be almost assured there will be. We've also are on the verge of a financial collapse with being $33 trillion in debt. Crime runs rapid, particularly in larger cities, and our social media has to endure almost a daily assault on the roots of our culture. So, people that are self-reliant and independent, such as preppers and homesteaders, seem to me to be on the right path. And while we are currently in the calm before the storm, it's time to double down and keep on trucking on preparedness. What are some of the key things we can do? One is debt. Stay out of debt. I would never advocate funding your preparedness gear and supplies using debt. This is something that is a key portion of making sure in a situation of financial collapse, you don't get yourself set up in a trap. Number two is just the vitals of life, to have water storage, have a way of replenishing water for drinking. And that would lead you to also want to have a filtering system. A brand name like Sawyer filters would be an appropriate solution. Having food for 3+ months. And fourth, having a safe place to go to or be in a safe place. You don't want to be within 100 miles of a potential nuclear strike You don't want to be within 100 miles of a nuclear power plant, regardless of their superlative safety record. You don't want to be in a major metropolitan area where the infrastructure will be unsupportable in any sort of collapse and where the crime could run rampant. So keep working, keep at the task at hand of becoming prepared, while at the same time, hopefully, society somehow struggles through and you have a plan A, which is life goes on as we know it. So if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe. Be prepared.